Hi, I'm Pat Kelly, President and the Managing Broker at the Whistler Real Estate Company Limited. On June 15th, the first of a new group of consumer protection rules for real estate services came into effect. Mandated by the Provincial Superintendent of Real Estate, these new rules and associated documents ensure that consumers are well protected, well informed, and will fully benefit from their relationship with a licensee. Under the new rules, consumers will be presented with a new form to review regarding the types of representation available to them prior to entering into any real estate service agreement with a licensee, as well as a form outlining the risks associated with being unrepresented by a licensee. As a seller, you will now receive a new form outlining the fees you will pay in regard to any offer, and in the event that a licensee has two clients requiring trading services on the same property, a form is now required permitting the licensee to continue to represent one of the two consumers in the transaction. In order to assist you in understanding these new forms, we have prepared a series of videos outlining the important parts of the forms and the necessary steps you may need to take. When you are in a client relationship with a licensee, the potential exists for a licensee to be placed in a conflict of interest where you are a buyer that wants to make an offer on one of that licensee's listings. You are a buyer who wishes to make an offer on a property that another buyer client of the same licensee is interested in. Or you are a tenant client who wishes to lease a property from the licensee's client or landlord. Representing two clients would amount to dual agency, a practice which is no longer allowed in British Columbia. If a licensee finds themselves in a potential conflict of interest where the possibility of offering agency to more than one client might occur, they have two options on how to proceed. Stop representing both clients and refer them to other licensees. This, however, can be difficult when operating in a small town or working with a client who you have had a long established relationship with and can have an impact on the process. Alternatively, the licensee can continue to represent one of the clients and stop representing the other client, but only if both clients agree, in advance, in writing, using the mandatory agreement regarding conflict of interest between clients form. The agreement outlines both the duties that the licensee will have to the continuing client as well as the change in duties that are now offered to the released client. A released client will still be owed a duty of confidentiality, and the licensee will not be able to disclose such items as minimum or maximum price, your preferred contract terms and conditions, or any other important information that you may have given them that might impact the transaction. Once executed, you can be represented by another real estate professional who may be referred to you by your previous licensee, or you can proceed as an unrepresented party. The important factor in this form is that it must be executed by both parties involved in the conflict along with the involved licensee, and it must be executed prior to proceeding with an offer. If the form is not agreed to by both parties, the licensee must step away from both clients and will refer them to other licensees. Should you choose to be unrepresented, be aware that the licensee's duties are now to the continuing client, and that outside of general assistance, he or she cannot provide you with any advice in the transaction going forward until after its completion. You will be advised to seek independent professional advice prior to entering into any unrepresented relationship. You will be required to review and sign a risk to unrepresented parties form. You may have already received this form as part of an email. We ask that you please read the form and either sign and return it or confirm by email to your licensee at representative@rec.com that you have reviewed and understand the document. If you have questions, we ask that you get in contact with your licensee to discuss your concerns. This new form is a part of a total overhaul of the consumer protection rules related to using a real estate professional in British Columbia. Should you be interested in finding out more or have questions regarding these and other real estate regulatory matters, please refer to the Real Estate Council website at recbc.ca. Comments in regards to these new procedures should be directed to the Office of the Superintendent of Real Estate of British Columbia at 1-855-999-1883 or realestate@gov.bc.ca. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more information about real estate in Whistler.